It is Groundhog Day 2024, and although it's a wet and dreary day, it's a very exciting day because, if you believe in this sort of thing, Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow, and that means an early spring. So in the 138 years or whatever when Groundhog Day has been around, this has only happened, I think, like 21 times. You can fact check me on that, leave a comment down below. But we're really excited about this because it's just given us a glimpse that, and a shimmer of hope that spring's gonna be here soon. And in this video, we're gonna talk about pre-emergent strategies to conquer those weeds before they have a chance to take over in your lawn. But first, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We teach everything you need to know about lawn care, including showcasing new and exciting products. If you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing, smash that like button, ring the bell icon to receive notifications of when new videos are uploaded. And if you have any questions, we do our best to answer every single one of them. Just leave a comment down below. So we're back in the garage, out of the elements, wardrobe change, and in all seriousness, guys, spring is around the corner. We're only about a month and a half or so away. So really looking forward to it. And it is important to get your pre-emergent down before the weed seeds have a chance to germinate and take things over. And we're really talking about two products, really. I will go over a third product, but the first product that's a very common one and probably the cheapest one you could put down is something called Prodiamine. You may also know this product under the brand name Barricade. Prodiamine is the active ingredient, and you can get this in granular form that you could throw down with your spreader, or a form you can mix with water and spray out of a backpack sprayer. So I've been using this product here for the past couple of years, and I've only used about that much of it so far. This is gonna last me a couple years. Sure, I'm probably beyond the shelf life for this product, but it still works for me. I've been using it, and if this is the route you wanna go, you will definitely save money in the long term going with a product like this and kind of buying in bulk up front. This does require a sprayer to spray. Do not use a hose end sprayer. We are talking about either a backpack sprayer or a larger push or even self-propelled sprayer. But for the DIY community, we're using mostly backpack sprayers. You can get them manual pump versions or battery versions. The battery versions are going to be more convenient. But what we're trying to do is really get this product down to the soil layer to create that weed barrier. So when you're done spraying this, you should water the lawn to make sure everything gets down and soaks into the soil. This is also available in granular form, and for most of you, it's probably going to be the most convenient way and the most economical in terms of like equipment. This is definitely going to be the most economical if you have all the equipment already. It's going to last you many, many years. But if you don't have that and you don't want to invest $200 nowadays for those battery backpack sprayers, you can put down the granular form. Just pick up a bag from Home Depot and throw it down, follow the bag instructions, and you need to water that in as well. So make sure you are watering that in to get everything into the soil so you have that weed preventative barrier. Now, the other product you can go with is a product called Dithiopyr, more commonly known as or branded as Dimension. The nice thing about Dimension is if you have crabgrass that starts growing in its first initial stages of development, if you are using the liquid form of that at its highest rate, you could put that down. It will kill the crabgrass post-emergently. After it's emerged, first stage, it will actually kill that, and it will also give you that pre-emergent control for a couple of months. Another thing I'll mention about Dithiopyr or Dimension is that you also can get that in granular form. Just know that you are not going to get that early crabgrass control once crabgrass has emerged. You will not get that post-emergent control for the crabgrass. So that only works with liquid Dimension or liquid Dithiopyr, and just know that when you're deciding which product to go with. Now let's talk about which product you want to use. If you are planning on seeding or doing a renovation early on in the spring, then you do not want to put a pre-emergent down because you want those new grass seeds to germinate and establish, right? If you put the pre-emergent down, it's going to prevent that from happening. There is one more product that we'll talk about soon, stay tuned. However, what you want to do is let that stuff establish, give it a couple weeks until it starts to mature, maybe after 3 or 4 mowings, and then put down the dimension, the Dithiopyr. Put that down in the liquid form at the high rate. That will control the crabgrass that emerges, because you're now going to be into those summer months there. It's going to be hot. That crabgrass is going to start emerging. You want to control that post-emergently right after they've sprouted, that first stage of development. The Dithiopyr will kill that crabgrass and then give you pre-emergent control for a couple months until about the early fall time, when you can then go back to Prodiamine, the more economical choice for pre-emergent control, and then put that down to get you through the winter weeds that start popping up. If you are not doing that spring seeding or early spring renovation work, then go with Prodiamine 100%. That is definitely, hands down, the most economical way to prevent these weeds from coming up. And you can also split the applications to get better control over time, so where you could put maybe half the rate down for the first couple of months, and then maybe in the middle of the summer, come back and put another application down to get you through to the fall. I tend to do just one application that gets me right up until just late summer. And there are charts on the back of the bottle that kind of tell you what rate to apply to get the duration of control. But I put that down to get me right through the end of summer, because then I do overseeding after that. You know, you don't want to have this stuff in the ground preventing your new seed from germinating. So you have to only control it to a certain point, and then you can do the seeding for any overseedings that you like to do in the fall time frame. Now, going back to the product I wanted to showcase earlier, this is Tenacity. It's a great product. However, a lot of people get confused and think that this can be used as a primary pre-emergent. That is incorrect. That is not the right way to use this stuff. This stuff should only be used when you're doing a new seeding. And then this is also for cool season grass only. So if you're doing a renovation in the springtime, you could put this stuff down at the time of seeding, and this will prevent weeds from popping up for about the first 6 weeks or so. Give you a little bit of pre-emergent control, not nearly as much control as the Prodiamine or the Dithiopyr, but this will allow the grass seed to germinate while still curbing some of those other weeds from coming up. This will also kill weeds post-emergently. So this has a little bit of broad spectrum control and will kill many different weed types. But I like to use this when putting down grass seed, doing an overseeding maybe. I am careful with that because this will bleach the existing lawn at times. So I am careful with that. But I really like to use this for full renovations, bare ground, getting this into the soil, seeding, and then this thing does its thing for about 6 weeks or so. And then, like I was saying earlier, you could put down that Dithiopyr afterwards to get longer control once the grass has established. Now, the last point I want to make is timing. This is critical. You want to make sure this pre-emergent is down before soil temperatures are reaching that 55-degree mark. For me, right around 50 degrees is when I will put down the pre-emergent. You want to make sure you get that stuff down into the ground and ready before those soil temps ramp up and get into that party zone where weeds will grow. Like I said, everything will be linked down below in the description. If you have any questions, we do our very best to answer all of them. So don't hesitate, drop a comment down below. We'll make sure to answer every one for you. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining. Ruby, what are you doing? Now she's gonna be all muddy.